you know, it hurts every time you lose. It certainly stings pretty good, especially because I thought we played really good basketball in the first half. Our guys are really ready to play, really focused, and build a pretty good lead on the road. So I think you feel like you have your chances, right? And that sometimes that stings even more than when you just get your tail kicked. Listen, you look down and you shoot 17% in the second half. It's going to be hard to win on the road when you do that. But I think that there's reasons for that outside of just poor shooting and poor execution or things of that nature. I think, defensively in the first half, we got so many live ball stops and we really got out and ran. And I thought that led to some really easy baskets. And I thought that's kind of how we got going. We made a big run there at the end of the first half. We didn't get any of that in the second half. I think the only transition basket that I can remember, we dive on a loose ball. I think Vic does and flips it to John, and John goes down and lays it in. And that's the only transition basket I can remember of the whole half. And even almost transition opportunity. We had so many of them in the first half. And so I think, your defense should lead to your offense, and it didn't do that in the second half. You put them on the line 19 times. It's such a big key to try to, guard with discipline around the basket, contest shots with discipline around the basket. You put them on the free throw line 19 times. That's going to be really tough. So there's some things that we got to look in the mirror on that we got to do better. And, I think also we had our chances down the stretch. I was really proud of get a stop up one there. I don't know, 40, 50 seconds, something like that. And we get a deflection, balls on the ground, first to the floor. And, I'm 60 feet away, so don't think I'm trying to complain about referees or anything like that. But I know I saw John and his teammates trying to call timeout. And, we might be feeling a little better about ourselves if that happened. I think sometimes you got to put that kind of stuff in perspective as a coach. You lose a one possession game, and that's the difference between feeling like hell and feeling great on the road. So I think we got to put it in perspective. There was some good stuff. There was some bad stuff. We need to learn from it and grow from it. And that's what we'll do.
Coach, I know defense is always a focus. Obviously struggling shooting second half, but you held them under 40% in the second half. I think 34% for the game. Were you happy overall with the way the defense played?
I mean, the second half I wasn't, Justin, and I listen. Anytime we hold them under 40, I'm gonna feel pretty good about that. And there were some really good possessions there. Don't get me wrong, but you put them on the line 19 times. That doesn't. You just think looking at field goal percentage defense doesn't tell the whole story when you put somebody on the line 19 times. And then I thought we failed to secure a lot of balls. I thought there were a lot of rebounds up in the air that we couldn't get. And I didn't like how we came out of halftime. I mean, like drive it, dunk it, failure to rotate, failure to secure a ball. And, I thought we had a chance to really set a tone with how we finished the first half. So, no, I mean, listen, there's some possessions that were really good. And, I mean, again, I always want to put it in perspective. Shoot, we win one more possession, we're probably in here happy and talking about all the good stuff we did. So I don't think there's some good defensive possessions and some good moments, but not quite good enough. And it didn't lead to offense for us. And, I thought, again, 17%, that's going to be tough, and 11 for 18 from the free throw line. And I don't know what we were in the second half. I got to take a look at it. But, I think you're 10 for 16 from the free throw line in the second half. So you leave some on the board there. 1 for 14 from 3, 10 for 16 from the line. Yeah, it's going to be tough. And I think final thing I'll say, we get a bunch of offensive rebounds, guys. I mean, we have 9 at halftime, 8, something like that at halftime. I don't know what we had. I know we were getting to the board like crazy. John Abdul-Odi, and I thought that got us going too. And you look down and you don't have hardly any in the second half, and there was plenty of opportunities. So I think we got to look in the mirror there.
Was there anything coverage-wise they did specifically in that second half that caused issues? Can you hear me?
Chad, I was frozen, so I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
Well, was there anything coverage-wise in the second half they did that caused issues, or was it more just not getting the shots you wanted, or did the shots not falling?
Well, I think they were really aggressive on the perimeter defensively. I mean, I thought we really into us on the perimeter and some of our spread drive stuff. They were really aggressive in ball screen action. And so I thought that bothered us in the half court at times all night, and give them credit for that. But listen, there's some possessions we execute our tails off. I mean, and we get really quality opportunities and don't convert. And so in the half court. So I think some of it, give them a lot of credit, and some of it, you just had a night you don't shoot it well. But when you're not getting the easy ones on the offensive board, you're not getting out and running in transition because you don't have opportunities, that compounds it. So now all of a sudden, there's some possessions, and you guys can go back and look at it. I mean, there's some possessions we get wide open inside out three, right? I mean, wide open. I thought we made a couple really nice plays, but those now mean more because you're not getting the easy baskets, or you're not getting second possessions. So I'm never going to be the one that complains about missing shots and missing free throws. I'm complaining that we didn't do the little things well to get the easy baskets.
It seems like late, a couple threes by Hayden, the runner by David, were those the shots you were looking to get? They seemed like good looks.
Yeah, I wasn't disappointed with the shots that we got in those situations. And certainly like situation work and who we are down the stretch of games, I think it's getting better. It's hard with a new team. It's like there's so many things to work on. Like that's something that we haven't probably spent enough time on early in the year, and we're doing a lot more of it now. So you look at the end of the game, we're in a position to get a stop, up 40 seconds left, and we get it, dive on and a jump ball happens. We don't get the stop out of bounds. I was disappointed with that because the pass over the top, that's something we scouted. We come down. I thought we get a wide open three for Hayden to tie the game. I think the next they missed, and we foul. They make one, miss one. We come down. We get a great shot for Dave. We had opportunities. I thought we had our opportunities, and Hayden's would have put us up one, I believe. We had our opportunities, and I'm not mad at the execution there. It just didn't go. And I even like the shot that we got with 4 seconds. I've always kind of believed in, at the end of the game, coming down the floor, don't call timeout, because maybe you can get something before the defense gets set. And we let them kind of play, and they guarded it well. So you call timeout, and I thought we had really good execution on our side out play to get in that situation a pretty clean look, tie the game.
Coach, speaking of John Newman on that play too, that was kind of controversial with the call, but overall, it felt like he brought a lot of energy tonight coming off of that injury that he sustained in the last game. He looked really spry. And what kind of boost did he give you guys on a season high 9 rebounds?
Yeah, well, again, I thought his offensive rebounding in the first half was just such a key to the game. Listen, one possession, guys, and you sit here and you're down in the dumps. There's some really good things, and some of the things that John Newman did tonight were excellent. So I'm not going to sit here and say it was all bad. There were some really good possessions and really good moments.
Coach, you've talked about, you never met a player who wants to miss a shot. So when you execute pretty well and you get the shots that you want, what do you say to the guys when the shots just don't fall?
Keep executing, keep working for good shots, keep shooting, keep getting to the offensive board. Let's get live ball stops so we can run and we can get easy ones. That's the stuff. It's not real complex, fellas. That's the stuff we're talking about all day, every day.
One more question, guys. Got anything?
Coach,
What do you got, Chad?
was it just a numbers game on Odie tonight in the second half? It looked like first half he had really good activity, but I think we only saw him 3 minutes in the second.
Yeah, I thought they were having some success early in the second half, attacking the coverage that he was playing in the ball screen. And I thought we looked a lot better in the coverage that Hayden and Abdul were playing. And listen, I've told you guys this all year. I'm not saying I'm going to get every substitution perfectly right. We're just trying to, when we do make decisions like that, there's generally good reason for it. And we certainly had a reason for that tonight. But we might look at the tape and say that we made some mistakes there. Hayden's been playing so dang well, and you guys know that. We've been talking about it. So probably some of the reason we went to him. And then you're really struggling to score. And, we've had some success. We had success at Wichita a couple of games ago, playing Hayden at the 5 to kind of open the floor up a little bit. So there was some reason for all that, Chad. I'm not saying it worked, And I'm not saying we made the right decisions because Odie was really good in terms of his activity in the first half.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Coach.